Daytime with Aston, Avery, Stephen Smith's with me, and Stephen, we've got another guest
I'm
line.
going to introduce the next guest. Now, boys and girls,
Hello.
and those that do not identify as, this guy is going to be bigger than Harry Styles. He's really talented, and he's a friend Anna Kennedy's online, and we just love him. And we're going to play his song first, aren't we, Aston?
Oh, yes, we are. So,
Kieron Lee.
Kieron Lee. But before we chat, Kieron, we're going to be hearing your song right now, if that's okay, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's listen.
Another tear shed over things you said. You probably didn't mean how it seems to me. Wish I didn't take everything you say so personal. It's not my fault. Sometimes walls fall down. Hearts were meant to be broken, but they are somehow. Sometimes the walls fall down. Hearts were made to be broken, but they are somehow. And I'm still emotional. Now I know you mean what it seemed to me. Wish I didn't feel everything I do. I feel it all for you. Sometimes things don't work out. I wish they did, 'cause I need you now. Sometimes the walls fall down. Hearts weren't made to be broken, but they are somehow. Hearts weren't made to be broken, but they are somehow. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are somehow. Sometimes walls fall down. Hearts weren't meant to be broken, but I need you now. I'm shaking.
Kieron Lee there with his song NYN here on Gateway 97.6.
Wonderful.
So, Kieron, I have to say that is amazing. And have you always wanted to be a singer?
You know, I've been singing for as long as I can remember. Like, music's always been something that I've been so passionately fixated on. But when I grew up, I always wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to help children like me.
Oh, I don't know. It's Kieron. Your voice makes me cry every time I hear
I
it.
don't. Oh, bless you. Don't, because it's just really emotional listening to that
It
song.
just makes me, every time you perform, it's like an emotional experience to me, and everyone else around me says the exact same thing. But Kieron, I mean,
Bless you.
how are you going to? You're such a nice guy. How are you going to cope with the fame that's going to be heaped on you? I always feel it coming on now. How will you cope?
This is a tricky one. It's funny. I did actually write this down. Look, where's it gone? Yeah. You know, nothing's guaranteed in this industry, is it? And there's so many talented people and artists and performers out there that go unnoticed. I'm always gonna try hard and you know, like you've watched me grow up in a sense of especially performing, and over the years you can see like there's been a real huge development, and I've developed my craft, and that's something I will always continue to do. But
so important you've used that word craft, because so many people go into the industry and they make it look so easy, don't they, on the X Factor and things like that. You know, here I am, it's just bang. It's the craft. People go for years training in it, and performers, and even people that are crafty don't always make it, do they?
No, that's the thing. I know that if I don't, I'm not gonna stop making music.
Yeah, that's what continue to give it that, I think.
That's the sad thing when they don't make it in music as well. And obviously, that being said here, Kieron, obviously you want to become a teacher if the music career doesn't come into a career there. But that's not putting a spanner in the works there. Is there any other career you'd take upon apart from being a teacher?
Nah, so I'm studying my degree in popular music now, so that is the route. So I'm still going to continue to develop my craft. It's not that I do everything in music, you know. I produce, I compose, I write lyrics, and there's so much that I do in terms of music. And I think that I want to teach music. You know what I mean?
And there's a degree in popular music. Wait, what's a degree in popular music? I'm sorry, I've never heard of that.
So it's just like going to any university, studying for any degree, really. I think people always get confused when they're like studying music. Do you know what I mean?
You're not studying the Spice Girls from the 1990s.
Yes. So it's a popular degree. It's a 3-year course, so it'd be like studying for any degree. There's so much in depth. You master parts of production, you master parts of composing, you gain the ability to become a session musician, which is when you just pick up that instrument and can just play when someone goes, you know, here's this piece of music. But it means I'll have a qualification. I mean, I've just got a D star for all of my work, and I'm finished now. So I'll go back next year. So
you know, you can do it. Do you know you can do a degree in Madonna at Colorado? So because of her business skills and her PR, I mean, it's probably not just a degree, but apparently that's part of it. What are your what's your music influences? Who do you listen to at home?
I have literally so many influences in terms of music, like I really do. In terms of vocal influence, it would be Ariana Grande, purely just down to her stylistic elements and the way that she implements the use of her dynamics. I learn a lot from her vocally. I'm really fond of the Kid Laroi. I don't know if you've heard of him. I quote a lot of his stuff online. I don't know if he just has a place in my heart. And Miley Cyrus and Pink just do it for me. I mean, wonderful. I go from these kind of people, but I grew up listening to R&B and Bashment and Lovers Rock. So I have a really broad repertoire. I love it a lot.
No, it's amazing.
So then the first time I saw you perform, Kieron, was back in 2016 at Autism's Got Talent, if I'm correct in saying there. But do you enjoy Autism's Got Talent as well? And what's the fun thing about doing Autism's Got Talent? And can you explain that to our listeners, especially to performers that are going to be performing?
Yeah. Of course, I absolutely love Autism's Got Talent, and it's the audience that make it special for me. And I'll never forget, actually, I think it was 2017 that year when I sang Hands of Love. Stephen, I think that actually might have been the first year we met.
Yeah,
it could have been. Yeah, I think it was, because I just remember you and Anna in front of me.
Start crying.
Well, I will never forget that. Like, before I finished singing, like the whole audience was just screaming with cheer, and I just remember my heart just dropping at that point, and I was so choked up at the end. And like, so I do watch that back a lot, because I like to, I mean, as a singer and as a musician, as in these stages of development, you don't like to look back, but you have to look back to see, this is where I'm weak at, and this is where the improvement's needed. And I watched that video back, and every time I just get such a warm feeling in my heart. And of course, like the love for the team and Anna, and Anna's been such a huge role model for me. She's playing a big part in this EP, and she's just wonderful. She's just
one of the things I will say to what makes some great performers, they cut their soul open and let it pour out to the audience, which is, you can't teach someone to do that.
Of course not.
And for some reason you've managed to develop that. As I say, me and Danielle Mason had tears rolling down our eyes just watching.
I'm actually still meant to record her a track.
We were still sort of blown away from it. But would you think of going on something like X Factor?
No, absolutely not. I've studied music for many years. I'm aware of the industry, and I know, you know, that not everything is as it seems, especially on TV. I mean, back when I was younger, I used to, you know, I'm autistic. I was fixated on music. You best believe that I was fixated on the X Factor as a kid every single year, right? And I will never forget 2008, and this memory stays with me for absolutely forever. Is the year Alexandra Burt won, and I was so young at the time, and I was just in tears. We're going back 2008.
Oh, that is. It's like 4 years ago. That?
Yeah, but I know, literally, and I'm only 20, I've just turned 23. And I mean, you see all these talented and people that go in there. I mean, Steve, do you remember Sada Vadu?
Oh God, yes, the doll.
But do you know what? Her version of the Pat Benatar song was.
Oh, it's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant.
But you know, you get all these amazing performers that come in and get pushed to the sidelines, and then they come out and then they have these videos of them exposing their time there, and you've had people come out and get help for their mental health.
Yeah, the problem with it is, it's a little bit the Victorian people when they used to throw rotten fruit at the people with mental health problems, which weren't called.
Yeah, to me, it is just
and the one that,
those that they find appealing. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look at Susan Boyle.
Yeah. And that's
you know what I mean? That
in itself, Susan Boyle, what she did back in Britain's Got Talent.
You'd actually hope that what would love Simon to do is, and okay, it's fun to have the ones that are a little bit out there, but there's a lot of people on there that are living with autism and other things that they like Susan. You can see clearly.
Yeah, of course.
Actually take time to explain. Alongside him, I mean, after show what Susan's going through, and it's not just someone funny, you know, it's not funny. And also, she's brilliantly talented. She's done really well, but she's still quite an introverted person, even now.
I mean, we're in a world where diversity shouldn't be a problem, where equality shouldn't be a problem, where it should be okay to love who we want, and it should be okay to be a certain way. And we're in such a pressurizing life that there's always all these expectations, and this, if you know, you don't look appealing or you don't give across what, do you know what I mean? And I'm as real as you can be.
But it brings the X Factor back, not to make it. I mean, obviously, there's some people out there that are just deluded.
Can I ask? Do you think that they're gonna have their views boosted? Channel 5 are taken over, aren't they? Or it's going to be segmented on there.
Okay, but what's the
do you reckon that, because is it going back on Channel 5?
I think X Factor is going on ITV as staying on ITV.
So I read an article yesterday that Simon had signed a contract with,
he might have done. I don't know.
Yeah, do you think it will be able to get the views?
Yeah.
Difficult to say really about that, because this is one of the difficult ones really. But coming back to what in question here, Kieron, what would you say makes someone absolutely fabulous here?
Oh, somebody that doesn't stop trying every day as hard, even though it can get as hard as it gets. Somebody that never stops trying is someone fabulous. And anybody that streams my new song on the 31st of July, my EP on the 10th of August.
Listen. You know, we I don't know if you saw. We just had Blue on. Is incredible, lady, and we adore her. And you've got some tattoos on you. Would you? How many have you got?
I have 11 and I have 8 piercings. Yeah, well, you see, piercings and tattoos, they're like trophies to me. So if I go through some traumatic experience, I tend to, after or during that period, get a tattoo or a piercing, because I don't know, it just helps me express myself. I mean, you can see all of my tattoos, they kind of follow a theme.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What were your parents like when you're having tattoos?
My mum knows that I get a real fixation on stuff. So if she hates it. I mean, I've got my septum done a couple of weeks ago, and she absolutely hates it. Absolutely hates it.
Well, I'm taking Aston for his first, and Mum's not happy, apparently.
You say that again.
I'm taking Aston for his first. Stephen is great.
Do it.
I'm like baffled by what's going on here. But that being said, Kieron, what have you got lined up next? And before you answer here, Kieron, as well, I've had Revan send an email in to say, best friend, Kieron, never been more proud of you. So that's a fabulous message about you as well. But what's next in the pipeline for yourself?
So there's a lot of exciting coming up over the summer. There's still a lot to be confirmed, but I will be sharing a lot coming up towards the single release, which is what it got postponed. So it's on the 31st of July now. And obviously the EP is out on the 10th of August. So I'm going to be doing a lot of obviously promo for that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm a bit zipped right now. But
the EP's called?
It's called Acronyms.
Acronyms. Fantastic.
Acronyms.
Yeah.
That's what NYN is an acronym for something.
Yes, yeah. So all of the song titles, they're acronyms.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, Kieron, we love you. You're fantastic.
But
I love you both too.
And before you go, Kieron, how can our listeners find out more about you?
You can keep up to date at mrkieronlee.com. Instagram is mr.kieronlee. Facebook is Kieron Lee, and TikTok is Mr. Kieron Lee _.
Oh, Kieron, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on today to discuss about.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Comes out on the 10th of August, and your new song out at the end of the month as well, I see. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye everyone. Bye.
Kieron Lee here on Gateway 97.8, and Stephen, a little bird told me you were at the Abbott concert the weekend. What was it like?
You have to go. You have to take Mum. It was amazing. It's the most mind-blowing experience I have ever had. You don't know what you're going to see. So many people have said, I can't describe what I've just seen. I thought, how can you not? I can't either. It's like they're there, but they're not there. You have to go and see it. It's a wonderful experience. It is quite a long walk from Stratford Station, just to warn everybody. And if for some reason they've closed the DRR down, but if you can get a ticket, kill for it. It's one of the best nights out ever.
In Stratford, was it? You're saying there?
Stratford, yes, Stratford. Is that where Westfields is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 15-minute walk. I got lost going back. It was very funny. And I met some lovely ladies who were very kind to me. And I thought I was helping them, and I ended up helping them back to the station. But it is quite a distance from the station, but really worth going to see. You'll have a great time. Aston, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, and hope everything's well with you.
Of course, but how can our listeners find out more about yourself, Stephen?
You can find a restraining order against me in a local police station, or you can get. You can get me at AskSteve and the number 2 and the letter CU on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And of course, my column out each month at Vice Magazine. I write for Out News Global. I have my own chat show called Cup of Tea with Stephen. And so various things. Aston, always great to be on your show.
Cool, Stephen, and you'll be back in the not long near distant future as well.
I'll be checking on you over the next few days.
Here we go. So thank you, Stephen.
Thank you. Ciao.